Oh my goodness, when I look back at, 2015, 2016 Jo, I just want to give her a cuddle and say, look, just stop it, pause. I had a team to pay, I had all this software to pay, I had no boundaries with, my groups I was running. There's a lot of joy in there, a lot of expansion, but also I just remember this constant hamster wheel. And this kind of carried on and off for a while. And there was one particular year where, my pipeline was actually looking really great. I had all the big approved names were, asking to buy stuff from me. It was just the weirdest start to the year. So this was 2018 now. So I've been in this for a while. And I'd been creating things that were selling really well. But all of a sudden, this pipeline just went cold. And I don't know. I still to this day I'm not quite sure. The only thing that I can think, it was like an energetic thing almost. It was like, this is not where you need to be. That like stop it. And actually, it was a gift because I fought this for quite a while. But I literally pulled the plug on all of the software and the things and the list and the people and the ads and the whole shebang, and just said, I'm closing my business down as it currently is. It's not working. Like, I had costs that were far beyond, the revenue quite often. The margins were just absolutely not worth the stress that I was going through. I needed a break. I needed just to pause and to reassess and to just go, hang on a minute, what is this, right? And I just literally stopped it all. And I had this, feeling of, okay, what does this mean? A little bit of grief for the identity that I thought I wanted, that I was working towards, the goals that I had subscribed to for some time. But then when I had time and space, I checked in and I was like, I don't think those goals were actually mine. I think I'd appropriated them from the communities I was in, from the people I was around, feeling some resonance with them, but actually deeply, they're not mine. And I gave myself permission to have a couple of months. Really fortunately, we have some savings. I was okay. My partner was incredible about this at the time. So of course, just stop. Let's reassess. No joke. Within 2 weeks, people were knocking on my door to hire me for stuff. It was almost as if as soon as I dropped this hustle, anxious kind of push approach, people were just flooding in.
Wow.
But for really cool projects as well. Like, I was hired really quickly for, for like a fintech, content creation project, which went on for a while. I then worked with a startup in New York that was creating learning design content. I was booked out beautifully, brilliantly, with really smart people who weren't in this messy online bubble space. And I was doing really cool, smart things and being paid beautifully for it, right? The online world felt that I was unsuccessful at this time. A lot of the people were like, she's not pushing her brand all over the interwebs. She's dropped off. Like, poor thing. I was away from it all, just happily in my zone, like loving the fact that all these skills I built up were, finally beautifully seen and sort of, paid for amazingly with super smart people, and discovered that actually, there is a space away from this where business is done in a way that's not just who's got the fancier font and is shouting loudest, which is, I think, how it was at the time, or certainly how it felt often.
Yeah.
And so I had this realization of, I can also do it this way. It's kind of, I started to come back to this circle of, being recommended, of having a portfolio, like, sort of set of stuff, of working on different projects that, lit me up, and that anxiety, that hustle, that funnel, that how do I get thousands of people to buy my sort of $9.99 thing and make the $1 million that I'm supposed to in a month.